नमस्कार दोस्तों, आपका स्वागत है मेरे चैनल NCERT हिंदी ट्यूटर पे। तो मैं इस वीडियो में लाया हूँ CBSE के एडिशनल प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन साइंस सब्जेक्ट के क्लास 10 2023-24। तो हम ये सैम्पल पेपर करते हैं और इसका सॉल्यूशन भी साथ के साथ मैं कराऊंगा आपको। और भी वीडियोस मैं डालूंगा अलग सैम्पल पेपर्स के लास्ट 3 ईयर्स के। अगर आपने मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो इसे सब्सक्राइब कर लेना ताकि उन वीडियोज़ के नोटिफिकेशन आपके पास पहुँच जाए। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। CBSE Additional Practice Questions Science Code 086 Class 10th 23-24 Maximum Marks 80 Time allowed 3 hours General Instructions. This question paper consists of 39 questions in 5 sections. All questions are compulsory. However, an internal choice is provided in some questions. A student is expected to attempt only one of these questions. Section A consists of 20 objective type questions carrying 1 mark each. Section B consists of 6 very short questions carrying 2 marks each. Answers to these questions should be in the range of 30 to 50 words. Section C consists of 7 short answer type questions carrying 3 marks each. Answer to these questions should be in the range of 50 to 80 words. Section D consists of 3 long answer type questions carrying 5 marks each. Answer to these questions should be in the range of 80 to 120 words. Section E consists of 3 source-based, case-based unit of assessment of 4 marks each with subparts. Section A. Select and write the most appropriate option out of the 4 options given for each of the questions 1 to 20. There is no negative marks for incorrect response. Question 1. A single displacement reaction is represented below. PQ plus R, PR plus Q. Which of the following is true about the reactants and products? So इसका आंसर है C. Type of ion of R in product is anion and stability of PR as compared to PQ more stable. Second question. Some types of chemical reactions are listed below. Decomposition, combination, displacement, double displacement. Which two of the following chemical reactions are of the same type? So इसका सही आंसर है D, P and S. AgNO3 plus NaCl gives AgCl plus NaNO3 and 2KOH plus H2SO4 gives K2SO4 plus H2O. So these chemical reactions are of the same type. Neetu has 2 test tubes containing dilute hydrochloric acid and dilute sodium hydroxide solution, but they are not labeled. Adding which of the following solutions to the test tube will help her visually identify the acidic and basic solutions? Answer B. Only baking soda. Next question. Sonia has aqueous solutions of 3 salts, sodium acetate, sodium chloride and ammonium chloride in 3 test tubes. The test tubes are not labeled. On checking, she finds the pH of the solutions to be 4.6, 7.0 and 8.9. Which of the following correctly matches the salts with their respective pH? D. pH 4.6 ammonium chloride, pH 7.0 sodium chloride, pH 8.9 sodium acetate. Galvanization is a process of coating iron articles with a layer of zinc to prevent the iron from rusting. The iron is protected even if the zinc coating is scratched and iron is exposed. Which of the following is true about how zinc prevents the rusting of iron? Answer D. Only Q and R. That is, the zinc coating prevents contact of iron with air and zinc undergoes corrosion more easily than iron. 6. During purification of a metal by electrolysis, what happens at the negative electrode? Answer D. Metal ions gain electrons to become neutral metal atoms. Next, metals are lustrous and shine especially when their freshly cut surfaces are exposed. Selma cut pieces and compared the luster of the freshly cut surfaces of following metals: aluminium, sodium, copper, iron. The freshly cut surface of which of these metals is likely to lose its lustrate first on exposure to air? Answer B. Sodium. Which of the following statements is true about the uptake of water in plants? Answer B. Water enters the roots due to osmosis. Oxygen saturation levels refer to the extent hemoglobin is bound to oxygen. As altitude increases, the atmospheric pressure decreases. Which of the following graphs correctly represents the oxygen saturation levels as altitude increases? Answer B. Q. Which of the following methods are useful to prevent fertilization even when ovulation occurs? Answer P. Surgical blocking of the fallopian tube. Q. Copper T. S. Condom. So the correct option is C. Only P, Q and S. In cattle, having horns is a recessive trait to not having horns. When cattle with horns are crossed with cattle that do not have horns, the number of offspring having horns was equal to those not having horns. Which of the following is most likely to be true? Answer D. One parent is heterozygous. Patient X was suffering from a pancreatic condition due to which the pancreas was not functioning adequately. Which of the following is a doctor likely to suggest to such an individual? Answer B. Eating a diet with low fat content. When an object was kept at position X in front of a concave mirror, an enlarged and virtual image was formed. Which among the following identifies X correctly? Answer B. Anywhere between the pole and principal focus. The face of the moon that is visible to us is called as the near side, and the face of the moon which is invisible to us is called as far side. What color would the sky appear to an astronaut standing on the far side of the moon, and why? Answer C. Black, as there is no atmosphere on moon to scatter sunlight. 15. Plants receive energy from the sun which they utilize for several processes. The energy utilized for which of the following plant processes gets transferred to the next trophic level that consumes plants? Answer A. Only growth. The actions of which among the following is crucial to the formation of ozone? Answer B. Sunlight. Questions number 17 to 20 consist of two statements, assertion A and reason R. Answer these questions selecting the appropriate option given below. A. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is true, but R is false. D. A is false, but R is true. 17. Assertion A. Zinc oxide can be reduced to zinc metal on heating with carbon. Reason R. Carbon is less reactive than zinc. Answer option C. A is true, but R is false. 18. Assertion A. Variations always provide a survival advantage to an organism. Reasons are: variations can be caused due to incorrect DNA copying. Answer D. A is false, but R is true. 19. Assertion A. Iron filings scattered around a straight current carrying conductor in a plane perpendicular to the length of the conductor arrange themselves in concentric circles. Reason are: magnetic fields has both magnitude and direction. Answer B. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. 20. Assertion A. Omnivores receive 10% of their energy from the trophic level below them. Reason are: an omnivore is always in the trophic level just above herbivores. Answer C. A is true, but R is false. Section B. Question numbers 21 to 26 are very short answer type questions. इनके मैं solutions भी आपको दिखा देता हूँ. 21. A. Write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction that is prevented by storing potassium metal under kerosene. B. Identify the type of chemical reaction that is prevented. Answer A. 4K plus O2 gives 2K2O. B. Combination reaction or oxidation reaction or redox reaction. 22. Ravi cultivated mustard, a plant with bisexual flowers, on his farm. His plants were diseased due to a gene defect and therefore had reduced yield. Ravi removed the stamens from the diseased plants and also planted fresh disease-free mustard plants where he removed the pistils. How will Ravi's strategy help in improving the yield of mustard? Answer. Ravi made the bisexual flower unisexual, thereby encouraging cross-pollination instead of self-pollination. Cross-pollination will increase variation and thereby the chances of having more diseases-free offspring. 23. A plant X was enclosed in a glass jar with some lizards. A similar plant Y was enclosed in another glass jar but without lizards. Both the jars are kept under the same light conditions for a few hours. Which plant is likely to photosynthesize more and why? Answer: Plant X. Due to respiration of the lizard, the amount of carbon dioxide will increase, leading to a higher amount of photosynthesis. Or, proteinuria is a condition in which significant amounts of protein can be detected in urine. Which process in the nephron is likely to be affected, causing proteinuria? Justify. Answer: Filtration or respective reabsorption by the nephron may not be functioning properly. Improper filtration will lead to proteins getting filtered even though they are not waste. After filtration, useful substances such as proteins may not be getting reabsorbed. Search mirrors are mirrors that are used to look for hidden objects underneath the car as shown. The hidden objects can be easily spotted as the mirror provides a wide field of view. This is the figure. A. What type of mirrors are generally used to make search mirrors? B. With the help of a ray diagram, describe the nature of image formed by the type of mirror identified in A. Answer: A. Convex mirror. B. Virtual, erect and diminished. Given below is the ray diagram. This one. 25. Ramya wants to measure the current flowing through the circuit shown below. Which among the 4 ammeters can she use for the same? Show your calculations. Ammeter, minimum range, maximum range. P, Q, R, S. Answer: From Ohm's law we have V is equal to IR. So I is equal to V upon R. Given V is equal to 12 volt and R1 is equal to 2 ohm, R2 is equal to 8 ohm, R3 is equal to 4 ohm. Therefore net resistance R is equal to, सो नेट रेजिस्टेंस हमारा निकलेगा जो ये 2 ओम का रेजिस्टेंस है ये इन सीरीज है इन 2 ओम्स के 8 ओम और 4 ओम 8 और 4 ओम पैरेलल में है तो आपको पता है 1/R1 प्लस 1/R2 ये फॉर्मूला लगा के आपको नेट रेजिस्टेंस निकालना होता है पैरेलल रेजिस्टेंस का और उसमें आपको ऐड करना होगा सीरीज रेजिस्टेंस जो कि है 2 ओम। तो सेम वही यहाँ पे किया हुआ है। R1 हमारा सीरीज रेजिस्टेंस है, R2 R3 हमारे पैरेलल रेजिस्टेंस है। तो R2 into R3 upon R2 plus R3. So after calculation we have R is equal to 4.66 ohm net resistance. I is equal to 12 upon 4.66. I is equal to 2.58 ampere. She can use ammeter S to measure the current in the circuit. So answer is S, minimum range 0 ampere and maximum range 10 ampere. Or a helical coil whose length is greater than its diameter is connected to a battery as shown below. So this is the figure. A. How does the magnetic field at point P compare with the magnetic field at point Q? Justify your answer. B. State one way in which the strength of the magnetic field inside a current carrying helical coil can be changed. Answer: A. The magnetic field at P and Q is the same. B. Because the magnetic field lines inside the helical coil of wire, which behaves like a solenoid, is uniform or in the form of parallel straight lines. B. Increasing or decreasing the number of turns in the coil, increasing or decreasing the current through the coil. Shown below are two food pyramids: tertiary consumer, secondary consumer, primary consumer, producers, land ecosystem, big fishes, small fishes, zooplankton, phytoplankton, aquatic ecosystem. The pyramid representing the land ecosystem is traditional, with producers being greater in mass than primary consumers and so on. Sometimes in aquatic ecosystems an inverted pyramid exists. Here the total mass of producers, phytoplankton, is much smaller than the top consumers, big fishes. A. Which level is likely to have the most amount of energy in such an aquatic ecosystem? Give a reason to support your answer. Answer: phytoplankton. Producers will still have the highest amount of energy captured from sunlight, which will continue to reduce as we move towards the top of the pyramid. B. Such aquatic ecosystems are not considered to be sustainable. Justify this statement. Answer: since the total mass in the lower tropic level is lesser, there will be lesser food available to high tropic levels, causing organisms to die sooner than usual. Section C. Questions number 27 to 33 are short answer questions. 27. Equal sized bars of aluminium and iron are exposed to the environment as shown below. Exposed surface, aluminium bar. Exposed surface, iron bar. Which of them is likely to corrode till the level marked by the line first? Justify your answer. Answer. The iron bar will corrode till the level marked by the line first. Iron gets oxidized on exposure to air and moisture. The layer of rust formed on the surface allows air and moisture to pass through and reach the metal, causing corrosion to continue. Aluminium gets oxidized on exposure to air. The layer of oxide formed on the surface forms a protective coating that prevents air from reaching the metal and thus prevents further corrosion. 28. The electronic configuration of some elements is given in the table below. Element PQRSTU, electronic configuration. A. Identify any two pairs of elements that will react to form compounds by a transfer of electrons. Answer. 1 mark each for any two correct pairs of element identified, such as, so these are the 4 correct pairs: Q and R, Q and U, T and R, T and U. B. Write the molecular formula of the compounds formed by the pairs of elements identified in A. Answer. Formula for two compounds: Q2R, QU, TR, TU2. A metal X is obtained from its chloride salt by exposure to sunlight. A. In which section of the reactivity series of metal, top, middle or bottom, is it likely to be placed? Justify your answer. Bottom section. Metals at the bottom of the reactivity series are the least reactive. They occur in their free state. Their compounds are unstable and hence easily converted to metal. B. Identify the type of reaction the chloride salt of metal X undergoes on exposure to sunlight. Answer. Photolytic decomposition. 29. In animals, hormones can be secreted by one organ and can act on multiple organs. Justify this statement by explaining the effect of a single animal hormone on 3 organs. Answer. Adrenaline includes the sweat glands to produce more sweat. It acts on the heart to increase the contraction of its muscle pumping, causing improved oxygen delivery. It acts on blood vessels of the digestive system, constricting them. 30. If two pea plants having round and green seeds, RRGs, are crossed, identify the percentage of the following with respect to the F1 generation. Gametes having both the round and yellow seed traits. Answer. 50%. Offspring having the same genotype as the parents. Answer. 50%. Offspring having the same phenotype as the parents. Answer. 75%. Absolute refractive indices of two media P and Q are 1.33 and 2.52 respectively. The speed of light in medium P is 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. A. What would be the speed of light in the medium Q? VQ. Answer. A. Speed of light in vacuum per speed of light in medium P. Speed of light in vacuum per speed of light in medium Q. Therefore, NP upon NQ is equal to VQ upon VP. So 1.33 upon 2.52 is equal to VQ upon 2 into 10 to the power 8. So after calculation we get VQ is equal to 1.056 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. B. If the angle of incidence for a ray of light traveling from medium P to Q is 0 degree, then what will be the path of light in the medium Q? Answer. The ray will travel undeviated through the medium Q. 32. Kaveri conducted an experiment to study the energy efficiency of different bulbs. She connected a bulb A having a resistance of 100 ohms to a 240 volt power supply in a laboratory. A. How much energy will be consumed by the bulb if it is kept on for 4 hours each day for a week? Express your answer in kilojoule. Answer. Given V is equal to 240 volt, R is equal to 100 ohm. Therefore, power P is equal to V square upon R. So, putting the values in the formula, we get power is equal to 576 watt. Energy consumed by bulb A is equal to power into time, P into T. So, energy is equal to 576 into 4 into 7 into 60 into 60. 4 आवर्स पूरे वीक जला है बल्ब, तो हमने इसको सेकंड में कन्वर्ट करा है। 4 इंटू आवर को हम करेंगे 60 मिनट्स, फिर 1 मिनट हो गया 60 सेकेंड, तो 4 इंटू 60, फिर इसे हमने मल्टीप्लाई किया 7 से, क्योंकि 7 डेज हमारा बल्ब ऑन रहा है। सो वी गेट एनर्जी इक्वल टू 58,060.8 किलो जूल। Kaveri connects another similar bulb B in series with bulb A and connects the combination to a 240 volt supply. Will there be any change in the brightness with which bulb A glows now? Explain mathematically. Answer. When bulbs A and B are connected in series, resistance is equal to R1 plus R2. Net resistance is equal to 200 ohms. Total power consumed by bulb A when connected in series with bulb B, P total, is equal to V square upon net resistance. So after putting the values, we get power is equal to 288 watt. So power at bulb A is equal to total power divided by 2. So we get 144 watt. Power consumed by bulb A when connected without bulb B to 240 volt. Power at A is equal to V square upon R is equal to 576 watt. As PA hyphen is less than PA, the brightness of the bulb A decreases when connected in series with bulb P. 33. Vijaya connects 3 bulbs P, Q and R in series with a battery in 2 different ways using identical conducting wires as shown below. She notices that in case 1 all 3 bulbs glow, but in case 2 only the bulbs P and R continue to glow. What could be the reason for the bulb Q to not glow in case 2? Explain. Answer. The current will flow through the additional wire that connects the points L and M, avoiding the bulb, as it offers a path of least lower resistance as compared with the bulb. B. Two resistances when connected in parallel give a combined resistance of 10 by 3 ohms. When the same two resistors are connected in series, the combined resistance becomes 15 ohm. Calculate the individual resistance of each resistor. Answer. Parallel नेट रेजिस्टेंस हमें दे रखा है 10 by 3, सो वी गेट 3 by 10 इज इक्वल टू 1 by R1 प्लस 1 by R2. सीरीज रेजिस्टेंस हमें दे रखा है 15, तो R1 प्लस R2 इज इक्वल टू 15. R2 को हमने भेज दिया राइट हैंड साइड में, तो R1 इज इक्वल टू 15 माइनस R2, और ये हमने सब्सटीट्यूट कर दिया 1 में. तो आफ्टर सॉल्यूशन वी गेट R2 इज इक्वल टू 10 ओम एंड R1 इज इक्वल टू 5 ओम, और R1 is equal to 10 ohm or R2 is equal to 5 ohm. Section D. Question number 34 to 36 are long answer questions. 34. A carbon compound P has 6 carbon atoms and 12 hydrogen atoms. A. Is P a saturated or unsaturated carbon compound? Justify your answer by drawing the structural formula. Answer. Compound P may be either saturated or unsaturated. Saturated compound cyclohexane, unsaturated compound 2-hexane. इनका स्ट्रक्चरल फॉर्मूला हमें नीचे दे रखा है, आप देख लेना. B. Describe a test that can be used to determine if compound P is saturated or unsaturated. Answer. Burning the compound in an excess of air will produce a sooty flame if it is unsaturated and a clean flame if it is saturated. C. Name the products that are formed on burning compound P in an excess of air. Answer. Carbon dioxide and water. Or, a carbon compound P is found to be neutral when tested with red and blue litmus. A gas that burns with a pop sound is produced when a metal reacts with carbon compound P. A. Write the chemical equation for the reaction. Answer. 2Na plus 2CH3 CH2OH gives 2CH3 CH2O Na positive plus H2. B. The carbon compound P is heated with the concentrated sulfuric acid to produce carbon compound Q. Write the chemical equation for the reaction. Describe the type of flame that Q produces on combustion. CH3 CH2OH gives CH2 CH2 plus H2O. Compound Q, ethylene, burns with a yellow flame with a black smoke. What is likely to be observed on heating compound P with ethanoic acid with an acid as catalyst? Write the chemical equation for the reaction. Answer. A compound with a fruity smell will be produced. CH3COOH plus CH3CH2OH in the presence of H2SO4 gives CH3COOCH2CH3. 35. Certain specialized cells in animals called stem cells have the ability to divide and differentiate into different cell types. This helps in the replacement of a damaged organ. Name and explain two methods of asexual reproduction that are similar to stem cells and occur mostly in multicellular organisms. Regeneration. In this process, if an individual organism is cut or broken up into many pieces, many of these pieces grow into separate individuals. Budding. In budding, a small outgrowth or bud forms on the parent organism, which eventually detaches and develops into a new individual. B. Identify two pairs of reproductive organs in males and females that are functionally similar to each other. Justify. Answer. Testes and ovaries. Both structures perform the function of producing gametes and hormones crucial for reproduction. Vas deferens and fallopian tube. Both structures are responsible for carrying the gamete to the site of fertilization. Or, Sagar saw a beautiful rose and smelled it. As he was smelling it, he happened to touch a thorn and pull his hand away. State two differences and similarities each in the way the nervous system performs the two actions. Answer. Similarities. In both cases, the signal is initiated by receptors located at the specific sense organ. In both cases, neurotransmitters are released and accepted by neurons to carry the impulse. Differences. The action of smelling the rose is voluntary, whereas pulling the hand away is involuntary in nature. When smelling the rose, the nerve impulse reaches the brain and back, whereas on touching a thorn, the nerve impulse travels only to the spinal cord and back. B. Are all involuntary actions reflex actions? Justify. Answer. No. Involuntary actions occur with or without a stimulus, whereas reflex actions always need a stimulus. Savera passed a beam of white light through a series of equilateral prisms as shown. Beam of white light, air, glass, prism 1, prism 2, prism 3. Screen. A. What color will be seen on the screen? Answer. Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. B. Copy the diagram above and draw the beam entering prism 1 and emerging from prism 3 and falling on the screen. Answer. Drawing of the incident and emergent rays in the three prisms respectively. Beam of light, air, red, violet, glass, prism 1, prism 2, prism 3. C. Name all the processes that take place when the beam of light enters the prism 1 and emerges from prism 3. Answer. Dispersion, refraction. Or, Drupal suffers from myopia. Where would the image form in her eye? Answer. In front of the retina. B. Name the type of lens that is generally used to correct myopia. Answer. Concave lens. C. Drupal underwent cataract surgery and her eye lens was replaced with an artificial lens with a fixed focal length, made of a plastic material, silicone. State one likely visual disadvantage that Drupal is likely to experience as compared to a person who has normal eyesight. Answer. The person would not have the power of accommodation. D. Identify the parts of the eye labeled in the diagram from the descriptions given below by writing the labels as your answer. P, Q, R, S, T. Answer is: first, it helps in changing the focal length of the lens. Answer R. It causes most of the refraction of the light entering the eye. Answer Q. It controls the amount of light entering the eye. Answer P. It acts as a screen on which the image is formed. Answer S. Section E. 37. Given below is a 4-carbon skeleton of a hydrocarbon compound. A. Fill in the hydrogen atoms bonds to form first a saturated hydrocarbon, second an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Answer: saturated hydrocarbon, unsaturated hydrocarbon. B. If the 4-carbon skeleton is of a straight chain alkaline, draw the structures of all the possible compounds. Answer: H3C plus CH2, CH, CH2 gives H3C, CH, CH, CH3. तो ये रहे दो पॉसिबल केस, एक ये दूसरा ये. और if the 4-carbon skeleton is of straight chained alkaline, first, how many carbon atoms may not be bonded to any hydrogen atoms? Answer: 1 or 2. How many hydrogen atoms will there be in the compound? Answer: 6. Ram and Asha were a married couple. They had 4 children. One of these children had sickle cell anemia, whereas the other 4 children did not show symptoms. Ram and Asha did not show symptoms of sickle cell anemia. The trait for sickle cell anemia is not linked to the sex chromosomes. A. Is this disease caused by a dominant or recessive trait? Why? Answer: it is recessive. If it was dominant, it would have appeared in more than one child. B. If the child that had sickle cell anemia got married to a person without a mutation in the sickle cell anemia gene, what percentage of their children would have a sickle cell anemia? Show the cross. Answer: none of the children would have sickle cell anemia. 0% children would have sickle cell anemia. Or identify the genetic composition of the sickle cell anemia trait in Asha and Ram and use that to predict the genetic composition in the other 4 children who did not show symptoms that R and Asha had. Answer: Ram's genetic composition SS, Asha's genetic composition SS. 4 possible genetic compositions in children are these. So the composition of the other 3 children would either be this or this. 4 resistors, a voltmeter and a battery are connected in a circuit as shown below. A. What is the net resistance in the circuit? Answer: the net resistance in the circuit is R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus R4. R1 is series resistance, R4 is series resistance, R2 and R3 are parallel resistance. So the net resistance is 40 ohm. B. How much potential difference will the voltmeter connected across the resistor R4 measure? Answer: voltage drop across resistor R4 is equal to net current into R4. Net current is equal to V upon R. 20 by 40 is equal to 0.2 ampere. Voltage drop across R4 is equal to 0.2 into 15. That is 3 volt. Or what is the power dissipated by the resistor R1? Answer: power dissipated by the resistor R1 is given by P is equal to I square R1, I is equal to V upon R. So I is equal to 0.2 ampere. Therefore power is equal to 0.6 watt. C. If R3 is removed, will the net current in the circuit increases or decreases or remain the same? Justify your answer. Answer: net current will decrease because R3 is connected in parallel and removing it will increase the net resistance in the circuit, thereby reducing the net current. तो दोस्तों हमारा CBSE का एडिशनल प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन साइंस सब्जेक्ट के क्लास 10th से 23-24 का यहाँ पूरा होता है. उम्मीद करता हूँ ये सैम्पल पेपर आपके काम आए और अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो इसे लाइक कीजिए और अपने दोस्तों के साथ इसे शेयर कीजिए. अगर आपने मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो इसे सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन भी दबाइए ताकि नई वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशन आपके पास आते रहें. ऐसे और सैम्पल पेपर्स मैं अपलोड करता रहूँगा अपने चैनल पे. तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. तब तक आप अपना ध्यान रखिए और बड़ों का आदर कीजिए. धन्यवाद.